So what is the best tip I found most helpful to transform my dog from this? And let down. Who doesn't even know what lay command is, to this. She's so good now. My number one tip is this, right here. I know I said consistency was the way, and it really is, but I couldn't stick with consistency. So I would take her meal, what I would feed her in a meal, is throw it in a dish, and rather than just give her her food, I would be giving her treats with it. I give her breakfast every day if she gets her breakfast. But then the next meal, I throw it in a dish, and I use that for my treats so that I don't want her to starve. So that makes me remember, oh yeah, we need to do this. And it doesn't take very long. So I'm gonna take this food and I'm just gonna use it for all the training, and it helps me to be consistent, and it helps her be a little bit more interested because, well, she's hungry. And if you're hand feeding her her food, she thinks it's fantastic. Everything is a treat. So for me, taking a meal, throwing it in a dish, and leaving that sit around, feeding her from that all day, and then I don't do tricks for all that food, of course, but at the next meal, I would just set down what's left and she can finish it. But for us, that has worked fantastic. And then I'll see somebody else come by, grab a piece out of the dog food dish, and get her to do a trick for them too. It's been so good. So this is how it's going for us now. You can see here, I don't normally sit down when I'm doing the tricks, but she did fantastic. She dropped right down. So she can now go from, she follows hand commands. I like to use the hand commands because if I'm ever far away and I still want her to listen, her name, she'll look and I could show the command. It's good. So she'll sit, lay, but there she thought she knew what I wanted next. So I try to break it up a little bit out of the routine. She only knows so many tricks, so there's only so many things I can do. But if she thinks I know what I want her to do next, I'm gonna make her go somewhere else and get her food. And we try to work on some stays. Here we're trying to get her into walking. Spring's coming, weather's getting nicer. I want her to be able to walk or to lead and go for walks with us. So I'm trying to line her up for the heel. This is relatively new to us here, but she loves her food. She'll follow us. She wants to go on the wrong side here, but I just try to stand next to a wall because I know she's gonna do that, and I'm training her to come. So for me, I like to bring her right to my left side. I'm left-handed. But you can just choose a side and work with that. So working a little bit on lay and stay, because for her, lay, yay, great, treat, done. But we want her to stay longer. A little impulse control here too. The place training, same thing. The food is working fantastic with her. I can now use the word place if I'm near, and she'll jump right up on it. Like it's great. I don't know if you could see her now. Probably not. But she's laying on it behind me now too. She likes it. So a little lay and stay here. I don't leave the room. I'm still in the room. She can still see me. Eyes are still on me. And I come back to her and I'm giving her her treats there so that she's not wanting to follow me to get the treat. I come back to her still now so that, no, now you're done. Great, you can go. So I go back to her, I give her her treat, say break or whatever. I've always used okay prior to that, but with all of my reading now, okay is a very common word, and I still use it sometimes, but I'm trying to transition to break, but probably safer just going with what I've already taught her to begin with. But you just choose your release word, and that release word is what they need to sit and listen for, unless it's either a new command or a release word before they can change the position that you've put them in. But here, I wanted to show you a little bit of our progress with our place. So if I can't get her to get up, sometimes I'll just drop food. She's coming right off there when she wants, so we were slowly working on getting her to stay longer. And that's okay. You can put a leash on them and hold them there if your dog is running all over. But for us and for Mara, this is what worked for us. She just wants to please, loves to please. So she just needs to know what we want. Here I wanted her to lay. She's like, why? I don't feel like laying. She laid. She didn't lay all the way. But that's okay. She will next time. We'll keep working on it here. She's doing a little stay. Again, I didn't leave the room. She stayed. So it's been going great. And all it takes to get her from, I think this is fantastic. And all it took to get her from the beginning, not knowing nothing, to this was a few minutes every day, consistency. And I needed something to hold me accountable again. So I took the regular meal, put it in a dish, and fed her with the dish. And it's been working fantastic for us. Like I said, it inspires other people in the family to want to join in. That's great. So we hope this has been an inspiration to you and your dog. It doesn't take hours a day or professional training to turn a family dog into a well-behaved dog. Now, if you wanted to train your dog, it might be a different story. But for us, a family dog with manners, it just takes consistency and a little bit of time.